35 degrees, Raylene, is what we have right now.
Yeah, and very sunny.
It is beautiful out there.
I love it.
Roger Hill is saying, this is it. If you love the sunshine, this is the day to enjoy it. Get outside and breathe it in and soak it in that vitamin D, because the next time that we're going to be getting sun will be apparently on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Will be the next chance.
It's going to be a long week.
Yeah, 50 degrees today. Lily and I are going to be out this afternoon, absolutely destroying our yard with the dirt bikes.
You are.
Well, we look at it as cultivating, aerating,
right. Yep.
the lawn so that the grass
and
grows
I'm sure
better.
Sherilyn agrees, right?
Of course she does. I mean, there's no better way to do that, Raylene, than with a dirt bike.
Of course not.
Right? Am I right?
Of course not. Sure.
Yeah.
Did you take the training wheels off of yours yet?
I took the training wheels off of Lily's.
Yeah.
I'll get there.
You'll get there.
I'll get there on mine.
That's good.
So we have 50 degrees, clouds and sun. It is going to be just beautiful. Tonight looks like cloudy and 32. And then tomorrow is the start of this, the National Weather Service is still calling it a potential winter storm. We're going to get a snowstorm here. Do we have to use the word potential? It's happening, Raylene.
It is happening.
Let's see, mid-30s. Temps will be steady tomorrow. Again, mid-30s with cloudy skies and snow developing in the afternoon. Might start out as a little bit of rain, depending on where you are. Maybe an inch or so just enough to make it slick. Mm-hmm. You know, Dupree's Towing is going to be busy.
Oh, yes.
And because let's admit, Raylene, there's a couple asshats out there that have taken the snow tires off.
No.
I almost did, and you gave me a whole heap of shit. Do you remember a couple weeks ago?
I did.
You were just like, don't be a
dumbass.
Simmer down. Keep the tires on.
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday night, still more snow. They're saying 5 to 8 inches on Wednesday night, and then Thursday another few inches, maybe as much as 3. Mm-hmm. Roger Hill is saying by the end of Friday, we're going to see anywhere from 5 to 13 inches, depending on where you are. That's his prediction, 5 to 13. And he said because of, this time of year and everything, it could be a little bit of snow, it could be a little bit of sleet, it could start out as a little bit of rain. But the warning is in place from Wednesday morning until Thursday night. So.
Yahoo.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Super excited.
You've got the Aired Out podcast, by the way, from North Main Street in Barrie. Fly on the Wall Productions. We appreciate your eyes, your ears. Shep was amazing last night. Lori Shepard in the Four Quarters
She
podcast.
was. They did have a little technical difficulties, so they aired only on 4 quarters. And I was busy, so I did not get it shared over to Aired Out until after 7 p.m., but once they were off air. But it is up there.
Okay.
And they had a great show. Just had a couple of little snafus, and all right. It was a good show.
CB got it all figured out.
She did.
Okay.
Yeah, for the most part. They just weren't able to go live on AO.
All right.
So we got it all shared over, and all is well.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And then you and Booten last night tore it up.
Yep, at 8 o'clock. I wouldn't say we tore it up. It was pretty boring, as most... I mean, it is. It's boring. It's council topics and, talking about... It's boring, but it's needed. It's necessary. And especially if you don't understand. Like, I didn't necessarily understand the TIF district stuff a couple of years ago. And there are all kinds of things that over time I have certainly learned a lot more about. But we talked about that. We talked about housing. We talked about meeting schedules, all kinds of different things like that, of course.
So you didn't tear it up?
No, I mean, not really. There's nothing to really tear up.
Everyone,
It's hard to make that. I mean, you try
yeah.
to add a little bit, but it's super tough to do with Michael because he's very serious.
Sure.
And so when he comes on here and he does like the morning show with me,
Yeah.
total different person.
Yeah.
But when when he's driving the bus as a counselor, total seriousness.
So everyone kept their clothes
And
on
it
last
just
night.
kind of sounds like, blah, 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 you get, but like I said, it's all necessary and you
Sure,
can learn a
of
lot
course.
from it.
Of course
And
it
he
is.
read an email, a very important email that Tom had written to the legislature. And yeah,
I want to just say good morning to Chris Autry, who's tuned in this morning.
he was the winner of the egg race this year.
What?
Chris was in the family, the family egg race that they do every year.
I forgot
Chris was
about
the
that.
winner this year. I saw the video.
Totally
Congrats
forgot.
to Chris.
I haven't seen the video.
The hair is legendary. He says, "Oh boy, do we ever know." Chris.
Listen, Autry,
Good morning, Clayton.
He wishes that he had hair like this. He's jealous. Is what it is.
Yeah.
Did you see? Did you see the pictures of Autry dressed up?
For Easter?
No, for his.
For the games?
I don't know if I should talk about this. I probably shouldn't. I have a photograph of Chris Autry. I don't know if I should. You know what? Maybe I won't. I won't share it. I won't share it because it's not going to do him any favors.
Oh,
and,
no.
And I love the man. So why would I destroy his career as a pastor by sharing this? But anyway, I'll show it to you though off the air. But anyway, I hope he comes back up here. His podcast, by the way, is just crushing it, and
It's awesome.
I love the guy.
Yeah. The family photos that they had were amazing. I can't even believe how much Sam has changed.
Yeah, Sam.
And it hasn't even. It's what has it been, a year? And
Is he taller than I am now?
he's always been taller
No,
than
he
you.
hasn't. He's been close, but not taller.
Oh my
He's
gosh.
tall.
Well, he probably towers over. He probably put his chin on your head. But it's amazing how much he has changed in just that short amount of time.
Yeah.
But the photos of the family and for Easter and then the egg race, of course. So congrats to Chris for winning.
Yeah.
And his egg was the color of his team.
Okay. Well, which team?
Well,
Is he-
it's
is he in
March
North-
Madness.
I understand, but is he going for North Carolina? Is he going for Alabama?
It
What?
looked blue to me.
Okay, I think
egg.
that's North Carolina. I
Yeah,
think.
the egg looked blue to me.
He's gonna tell
but
us right now.
He'll tell us. He'll let
tell
us know.
We need to know who won last night. Who won last night? I know that Vermont, the women. Did you see this? Vermont beat Purdue, 67-59.
Yeah.
They're going to take on St. Louis next. That one tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Patrick Gym. I don't know about tickets, but that's going to be interesting. But Vermont beating Purdue?
And Chris
Wow.
says Tar Heels. Only Tar Heels.
All right.
Whatever that means.
Does this mean that we have to watch our language for the rest of the podcast because Chris Autry's listening in?
Chris is a good friend that knows us well, and he knows he'll just pray for us after.
Lots of prayers needed. Celtics beat the Hornets last night, 118-104. Bruins are going to be in Nashville tonight. I think they got a win last night. And the Red Sox in Oakland. Tonight, 8:40, I think, is when they're going to throw out the first pitch. So that's That's kind of what I know about sports, which really isn't much. I just dust along it. Shep takes care of it. Why hasn't Chris Autry been on Lori Shepard's Four Quarters podcast?
Well, I think he's going to.
Why?
I think they have. I think they have a plan to do that via phone.
Okay.
They were supposed to at one point, but I don't think it worked out. And
All right.
So that had to be rescheduled.
Again, if you're just tuning in, a severe thunderstorm dumped softball-sized hail in parts of central and eastern U.S. yesterday.
I saw some of the photos. Crazy
pictures.
This woman bent down, picked up this piece of hail. I could not even believe the size of it. It was
Right.
like a large duck egg or
Yes.
something. It was crazy.
And this is not an April Fool's joke here.
No, it really happened. And they expect more today.
Yeah, the storm is going to intensify today as it rumbles from the southeast to the Ohio Valley, which is going to unleash another round of dangerous conditions. And eventually this is going to be impacting us starting tomorrow sometime.
Right.
And Autry's laughing, man. He's like, you guys are getting 5 to 13 inches of snow. I'm down here in the sunshine.
I bet he would take that over hiding in the bathroom all crammed in the tub,
Yeah, with a tornado coming.
whipping over his head
I know.
any day.
I'm just here having a look at some of the
Listen, JD,
what the train.
it's your favorite. It's the train, JD.
I don't know if people can
Did
hear
you
that.
miss it? Did you miss it?
I missed the train. Now I know I'm back on North Main Street. I don't know if people can hear that though through the microphones, but the train
Probably not.
It's coming up behind Nelson Ace Hardware, by the way, this morning. I'm just having a look at some of the stories that are trending right now. The U.S. is apparently close to approving the sale of up to 50 American-made F-15 fighter jets to Israel, a deal that's expected to be worth more than $18 billion, Raylene. The largest U.S. foreign military sale to Israel since the country went to war with Hamas October 7th. Wow. We're giving up 50 jets for some cash.
Yeah.
Ugh. We have, speaking of cash, Donald Trump posting a $175 million bond yesterday as he appeals the judgment against him in the New York civil fraud case brought on by the Attorney General.
And that bond protects his properties for now. Yeah.
And kind of puts a pause, taps the brakes on any action that that the Attorney General could take against those properties. So this is going to be interesting. Man, there is a ton of drama going on with this whole thing. I mean, it's like, geez, other countries have got to be looking at us going, shaking their heads going, oh my God, you guys, really? I don't know. Let's see. His net worth, Trump's net worth, tumbled by more than $1 billion as a result. That's a hit right there. The Florida Supreme Court has cleared the way for a 6-week abortion ban. Voters are going to consider a constitutional amendment in November that could potentially undo the measure, but Monday's ruling is going to make Florida one of the most restrictive states in the country to obtain an abortion. And that's going to be an interesting play out with the presidential year here. That is, watch. Just watch. Watch Michigan and Ohio. And I don't know. It's going to be messy. It really is. What's going on in Vermont news? We have courthouses that are saying they're going to be closed on April 8th because of the eclipse. Courthouses. If you need
I think a lot of places, well, I think the majority of places will end up closing unless you're a restaurant or a hotel or a convenience store. There, you're probably going to be closed. I know car dealerships that are closing, all kinds of places like that are closing down.
Okay.
Malls and stores and different things like that.
Mainly because of the traffic and it's, I guess there's.
Mm-hmm.
It's I don't know. For me, it's kind of surreal to imagine there's going to be that many people that are making their way to Vermont, but they're saying a couple 100,000 people easily.
Yeah. You never know, I guess. I'm trying to. So, and then Vermont, also Vermont news, this Vermont farm family's outdated wood boiler fuel is a heated legal battle. Just leave the guy alone, for Christ's sakes.
Leave him alone.
Do you know how hard it is?
It's an old Vermonter.
And how hard it is to be a farmer nowadays. They are not rolling in the money. These people work a crazy amount of hours in a day. Never vacation. They never do anything.
So what is this?
Well, he has one of the outdoor furnaces.
Yeah.
And a few years ago, they said, "Look, it's not to code, and you need to upgrade and put this new one in." And they offered him $10,000 towards $6,000 towards the upgrade. But it's a $20,000 fix. $6,000 isn't nothing, and then they did add to the pot and say, we'll sweeten the deal with $10,000 instead of $6,000. But it was $20,000 then. It's probably $30,000 now. It's just not, they're doing the best they can. And he basically says, if they seize my property, I'll just move to Maine or New Hampshire. Because, I struggle all the time just to be a dairy farmer as it is, and I will just say screw it, which is,
it's so sad.
It is sad. It's the lack of help and support that the farmers get is crazy, and the amount of big business that has come in to the state, the buyers and sellers and Land O'Lakes and different places like that, they could pay to help that old man. Of course they could. They could pay to help that family.
Why is this one farmer being targeted, though? That's what I want to know.
Well, somebody complained, and a new neighbor, of course, not a Vermonter. Somebody complained.
Seriously, not a Vermonter?
Exactly.
I'm stunned.
Yep. And
oh my God,
just leave him alone.
This infuriates.
It kind of makes me want to fundraise real hard, to make sure that he, gets what he needs. Not kinda. It really does. I mean, he should just have all the help that he needs to get that done.
I'm gonna try to play the video of this farmer, or at least show you a picture of him. But I mean, this is just stupid.
It is stupid.
So stupid, man.
It's but I'm not surprised at all. As we see every day in the news now, they Vermonters are struggling harder and harder and harder by rules and laws being made by people that have no clue what it is to be a Vermonter.
Yeah. So here's the picture of his farm up in Morrisville. Outdated wood boiler fuels heated legal battle. There's the Vermonter right there. I know several Vermonters that have the outdoor Morin Farm that have the outdoor wood furnace like that.
Oh, me too. Me too. I know several people as well. And so many Vermonters burn wood.
Yeah, I mean, what the hell's going on with this state, man?
Climate control.
Oh, my ass. Yeah. My ass.
I know. But hey, it's Contractor Appreciation Day over at Nelson's, right across the street from us, from 8 till noon. So we're an hour and a half in, but from 8 till noon is Contractors Appreciation Month, and they are celebrating it today over at Nelson's, 8 to noon. I guess they have a whole amazing lineup of Benjamin Moore paints that they're going to be.
Yes.
Benjamin.
I saw that. They're also going to be firing up the grills here.
Yeah, they're going to do some great things. So from 8 to noon, head on over to Nelson's.
Yes.
They're always doing something great.
Yeah, always, constantly.
Literally.
Yeah.
Every day.
I know.
They've got something going on.
Yeah, they're going to be firing up the grills here at some point, and I'm sure we're going to be smelling it. But get over there and
Great. I'm never going to be able to keep you in your seat.
do some taste testing with their Traeger grills, which are amazing. You know, Father's Day's coming. I'm still waiting for my Traeger grill.
You are.
Well,
We have one of those. I don't use it. Craig uses it. My dad.
yeah,
But I don't do it.
I love it. I love them. And also, they're going to be doing some more tool demos over there in the near future. They love Milwaukee products. I love Milwaukee products. That's all I have at home. It's all my dad ever had.
Mm-hmm.
And they love Milwaukee. You walk in there, everything that's red is Milwaukee. I mean, it's everything. All the interchangeable batteries, they're just amazing. I got the Weed Whacker, the Milwaukee Weed Whacker.
Yeah, and they have a lot of the Echo stuff as well. The green, right? Is it Echo?
Yeah. Yeah.
All the battery operated
stuff. Yeah, it's amazing. It's incredible.
My dad has the leaf blower, and that thing is crazy.
Show your new Yeti mug that you got over at Nelson's.
Oh.
Look at this.
My new purple.
It's the Easter
purple, the light purple.
Spring colors.
Yep. I almost wore my bright pink vest because I get cold in this window.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, holy shit, I have this orange purse, this purple cup, and this bright pink vest. People will see me coming. They'll think I'm a Flatlander.
Oh my God, I love it. By the way, speaking of Yeti, they have coolers over there. I'm thinking about getting one to put in the trunk of my car this summer. You put some ice in it in the morning. You won't have to.
You're good.
You're good for like a couple of days.
Yeah.
If not more. So anyway, I got to go over there and look at some of the Yeti
Just don't
coolers.
forget stuff in it.
Yeah, food. I know. And I wouldn't I?
Yes, you would.
Fairhaven, school in Fairhaven, Fairhaven High School, had a fuel leak that got into everything, the sewer and the ground, and just, it's a mess. I don't know a whole lot about this story. I just know it's trending a little bit this morning that they've had to close the school, obviously, for some cleanup measures that are going to be taking place here, and it is a mess over at Fairhaven High School. Ben & Jerry's is getting some... I wonder what this is going to do to your blood pressure. Ben & Jerry's is going to be getting some federal help to cut down on their carbon footprint. Chuck, go ahead. Give us a comment on that.
Don't help the farmer though. God forbid.
See?
Yeah, God forbid. They also want to close the women's prison.
Yeah.
You want to talk piss me off.
Yeah.
So I'm not for that.
Let's talk piss me off.
100% not for that. That is the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life. It's there for a reason. And sure, should they maybe do some upgrades and fixes, but they shouldn't have moved them back to Chittenden Regional where they knew it was a piece of shit jail anyways. They should have left them alone in Windsor where it was fine. I was there for 3 years. I was fine. There's space for education. There's space for learning a trade. There's space for gardening, 3 acres of gardening where we could share our resources with the community schools and members. There was nothing wrong with that, and there was nothing wrong for punishing someone. God forbid you punish somebody, but there's nothing wrong with it. There is nothing wrong with taking somebody out of a situation and teaching them the right way, and hopefully they learn.
Yeah.
It's close the women's prison because they're being mistreated and this is happening and that is happening. And you know what? I spent a lot of time there, and I can tell you that some of the mistreatment, and I know I'm going to get a lot of shit from this, but is they bring it on themselves because you get what you give. And when you are a disrespectful asshole, then you get that same stuff in return. Period.
Yeah.
Because I never experienced any of that, quite the contrary. And I know many others would stand with me and say the same thing. I actually saw many workers very much abused and taken advantage of while I was there. And you could not pay me enough money to be a security guard at a prison,
Oh, yeah.
a caseworker at a prison. You can pay me enough to be a police officer right now.
Right.
So I call way bullshit on that. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life.
Chuck's saying it's going to be co-ed.
It's co-ed now.
Oh, okay.
It's the Chittenden is co-ed now, and that is one of the reasons they don't want them there. I mean, it was co-ed when I first was there because that's where I originally went, was Chittenden.
Well,
Then stay out of there if you don't like it.
can we just get back to the Ben and Jerry's thing and say to the federal government, if they're listening this morning, which they may
Give
be,
money to the Vermont farmer.
give some money to Vermont farmers, dairy or otherwise. You don't need to give any help to Ben and Jerry's to cut down their carbon footprint. Are you kidding me? They're doing enough over there to try to cut down their carbon footprint. They got wooden spoons, for God's sake. Constantly promoting, doing better for the earth and
Yeah, so they can.
but the
fix
federal
this
government,
furnace.
they're asking for the federal government to help them out. Dear feds, please pull your head out of your ass. Help our veterans here in Vermont. Help our dairy farmers. Jesus.
I'm going to
Pisses
win
me
the
off.
1.9 or $1.09 billion Powerball on Wednesday, and then I'll buy that farmer a new furnace, and then I'll tell him to sell the farm and go to the Bahamas and stay there. Relax for the rest of his life after working so hard that he can barely walk. Something that the people of Ben and Jerry's have no clue about.
Chuck saying there's going to be an increase in prison pregnancies.
Well, I don't know about that, but
This is the way Chuck thinks. Cheese and wine traders.
closing the stores.
They closed on Saturday without any warning to their employees.
Happens a lot. We hear that a lot.
Is that like a major douche move?
Absolutely, it's a major
Or
douche move.
am I missing something? Maybe I'm missing something. Employees found out by email, don't bother coming to work. We're closed permanently. Doors are locked. Locks are chained. Or locks are changed. What's up with that? With cheese and wine traders doing? I mean, what's up? Do we know? Why would they do something like that?
I don't know. Probably money.
Well, understand.
I just heard it. I did not read the story. So did you read the story?
I read a little bit of it this morning
Does it say why?
before I had to holler at Lily because I wouldn't let her wear a princess dress to school. But
Such
I got
a jerk.
I know, but I got halfway into the story. I guess financial troubles. And I understand that. But really?
Yeah, we
An
just
email?
heard Governor Scott tell how hard that the legislature is going to make it even harder for small business in Vermont, and then so we're probably going to see a lot more of that happening. Unfortunately,
There is a big stir going on right now in the Bethel Fire Department.
Yes.
And the former fire chief says that there's a problem person that is part of the fire department.
Mm-hmm.
And we have several members of the Bethel Fire Department, the majority, that are threatening to
Walk off.
walk
as well.
off
Mm-hmm.
if this problem person isn't removed. There's going to be a meeting this coming Monday night, another one.
Mm-hmm.
But the former fire chief says that this individual is threatening the integrity of the Bethel Fire Department.
Well, and you would think that he would just walk himself. He knows. I mean, he has a past. He definitely he's on the sex offender registry.
Really?
He is. He has a past. He's been a real pain in the ass, thorn in people's side for a long time. He has committed some crimes, and I'm really surprised that I saw that somebody else said this as well, that they didn't know any of this like prior to him joining. So hopefully this will heighten their senses when it comes to vetting people a little better before they let them on to begin with.
Yes. Right.
And but I hope that the community will. I mean, you don't want to lose your fire department. Of all things to lose, that's not one thing that you should be messing with.
No.
Right there.
No. That puts
Yeah.
all
so
residents
hopefully,
at risk.
yes,
Huge.
for sure. So we'll see how it goes. But
Is
I commend the chief for saying, you know what, I'm not going to deal with this shit, and if somebody's not going to deal with it, then this is what's going to happen. It's no different than people going on a strike. That's kind of what he's doing, and I don't blame him.
They're kind of keeping things under a respectful wrap here, but I wish it was a little bit more transparent, this story. Like, can we really get it out there?
Yeah, I mean, if you know people in the community, you certainly know who they're talking about, and and you can Google his name and know and find out everything there is to know. But I guess if you are not a part of that community, then you don't know his name and you don't know those things. Do you want me to tell you his name?
Yeah, please.
Tom Gauthier.
All right. Yeah, I mean, let's air it out, man.
Well, that's his name.
You know, what more do we know? I mean, it's like, what's he doing?
Well, I didn't know this part until I read it this morning from someone else that knows him and knew that he was also on the sex offender registry, but that he earlier in life stole dynamite and traded it for drugs, and so he got in trouble for that.
Okay.
Just, that he's had some real dumbass moves in life. Mm-hmm.
All right.
And when I say sex offender registry, I do not know exactly what he was charged with, what he did to be on that registry. And you've heard me say it before, and I'll say it again. And some people, again, will disagree or get really pissy at me. But the sex offender registry can be a great thing, but it can also be a bad thing in that if you are a guy that is 18 years old, a senior in high school, and get your 17-year-old girl pregnant, you can be charged with statutory rape, even if you keep the baby and live happily ever after. That is a charge that can be brought on to you by the parent or even the state of Vermont. It's and then you have to be on that registry for the rest of your life. I know someone that happened to, and he very much, they are a couple. He very much, they have that daughter. He is on the sex offender registry literally because he got his wife pregnant when they were in high school. And so that kind of stuff can happen. And so you really need to be able to read it, know what the abbreviations mean, and
Yeah.
understand it before you start kicking people's teeth in, because
Yeah.
it can be a little hairy. For the most part, it's correct.
Right.
And somebody has been real heinous, and it's not okay. But do make sure that you really check into that and know
Yeah.
absolutely what happened.
He says the best way to support the department is to go to the select board meeting next Monday night. Mm-hmm. So, ugh, boy, that's messy, huh? My gosh. Schools, many school districts in Vermont are experiencing 3 times the number of absenteeism. They're calling it chronic absenteeism. 20% of the elementary school student population, I should say elementary, middle, and high school student population is absent from school. And school districts are speaking out, saying that this is a very complex thing, that some of which the finger can be pointed at COVID and the residual effects of COVID. But it goes much, much deeper than that, into all kinds of things, from family shakeups, drug use, split ups in the family, domestic stuff, siblings taking care of siblings, and single parents trying to work and run the house. And it's not just all like you and I when we were in high school and we blew off school to go to Boulder Beach or whatever, cruise around and enjoy, go skiing or whatever. It's this is it's a really complicated situation, and the school districts across Vermont, all of them, every single one of them, is dealing with it. 3 times what it was just last year. That's huge.
It is. You're not kidding.
It's huge.
It is huge.
Did you ever blow off school?
Hell yes.
Did you get caught?
Once in a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you get in a lot of trouble when you got caught?
Well, my mother certainly wasn't very happy with me. Let's just say that.
What were you doing? Making out with some boy in the backseat of his
No,
car
actually,
somewhere?
I would just go home.
Really?
Yeah, she was at work. I would just go home. She would drop me off. I would walk back home. When, if she dropped me off, yeah, I would just go home.
My friend Bruno had a 69 Volkswagen Beetle, and he was like, let's blow off school, and we'll go to Boston for the day. We had planned this out like we were going to rob a bank. I mean, we had everything perfectly orchestrated. We knew exactly what we were going to do, and we had the timeline all mapped out. I mean, everything was planned out perfectly. And by God, that we were going on that particular day, come hell or high water. We got hit by a ridiculous snowstorm. I mean, it was like a wicked nor'easter.
Yeah.
It's like 30 feet of snow fell in an hour. And we decided to go for it. 69 Beetle, bald tires, summer tires,
No heat.
no heat,
Scraper on the inside.
91 north. Actually, it was 84 to 95. We got on 90. I think we got on 95. We went up 95
Makes sense.
to 93. We're going like 15 miles an hour. Can't see shit. Never made it all the way. I think we may have made it to the outskirts of Boston, but it was like ran out of gas, no ATM.
So you didn't plan very well.
Thought we did.
So I did get into mischief once in a while, and the one time that we didn't plan very well either was I was with Cheryl Perry, who Brody Brown's mom.
Yeah.
She was Cheryl Perry then, and now Cheryl McCarthy. But anyways, she was dating a cop.
Okay.
And a Barrytown cop, and he had this really kick-ass Thunderbird, though, and we decided that we would go to his house and we'd take the Thunderbird out for a cruise.
I love it.
And of course, it had a lot of sack, and so did Cheryl, and so we were burning it up, and he pulled us over. Yeah. It probably wasn't the greatest idea to do while he was on duty. Brian, told us, we better take it home, and that was the end of our fun. But being really good friends with somebody that's dating a cop, was tough because we couldn't get away with shit, man. He was always catching us doing something, and if it wasn't him catching us, it was one of his buddies, and here they come again. Here's the girls. So it just was pointless. You might as well just walk home and not even have fun. You might as well just lay on the couch and watch soaps and eat freaking cookies all day because Brian was gonna bust your ass anyway. Yeah, but we had a lot of fun. But that day, I don't know what we were thinking because neither one of us had our driver's license either.
Yeah.
We hadn't done that yet. We hadn't gotten that yet. I think maybe Cheryl was in driver's ed at the moment. But yeah, it was a beautiful car, and it was super fast. It was super fast, but it was his baby. So we're lucky we survived actually. But yeah, those sorts of things I did.
I skipped school one time, and it was hot weather, it was middle of June. We had like a week left to go. We're like, screw this, we're out of here. We all piled into a friend's car. There was like 15 of us in the back. No seatbelts or anything. And we went to this railroad trestle, and we were jumping off the railroad trestle over the river. And of course, of all of us, who gets hurt?
Of course.
And I had to go home, and it's like parents are like,
what happened?
You're barely putting weight on your leg. What happened? Mm-hmm. Well, during math class, my seat, the leg on my chair broke, and I fell during math class. It might have been science class, and my father was like, horse shit, what were you doing? Mm-hmm. May or may not have been jumping off a railroad trestle. I don't know. My parents deserved all of their gray hair. They earned every single one of them. But yeah, skip school.
Happens to the best of them.
Sure. Yeah.
Hey, this weekend, the Berry City Republicans are holding a prime rib dinner over at Delicate Decadence at 6 o'clock. And we still have a few tickets left if anybody is interested. They're $50 per person. Includes the prime rib dinner. There are some door prizes. There's going to be a raffle. The host is Michael Deering, and the guest speaker is none other than Dick Wabi.
Oh!
Richard J. Wabi.
That's worth the ticket admission.
Agreed.
Right there.
Agreed.
Take the meal out of it.
So if you want to come and you want to hear from the candidates, the local candidates, so you'll hear from Michael Booten, Michael Deering, and maybe a few others. The clock is ticking, but it's possible that you will hear from one or two others that may be joining races here in the city. But you'll hear from Dick Wabi. He'll be joining us. I was super happy and honored that he agreed to speak. And yeah, we'd love to see you. And speaking of that, we have to give a big thank you to Brandon Vest, owner of Sage Carpentry, for he wanted to donate a couple of tickets to a local community member who he knows is actively involved and constantly being supportive and doing whatever they can to help in the community. And so he gave those tickets to Barb Druge.
Really?
So she and Paul will be attending the dinner with us.
That's fantastic.
So yes, so Barb was got those tickets from Brandon, and we want to thank Brandon, the owner of Sage Carpentry, for doing that.
Thanks, Brandon.
For us. It's just great, and it'll be so much fun to have her there.
Kicks ass. I love stories like that.
I know, me too.
Good guy.
It is a good guy.
Yeah. And Barb's a great lady, and she and Paul are gonna have a great time.
And her and I are gonna try real hard to stay out of trouble.
Yeah.
And we're gonna try not to heckle anybody.
Please tell me you're not going to be sitting with Barb. Please.
Well, you never know.
It's going to be. That's.
I'll probably table hop, to tell you the truth,
All
because I know so many people that are going. I probably won't be able to sit in just one place.
Barb is such a sweet lady. You know, do you know she got Lily a chocolate Easter bunny and a book for Easter and candy, and she's just, I don't know, she's just a good.
You know what Barb got
person.
me for Easter?
Kick in the ass?
No, she gave me a bag of beets. This bag of beets. So I made
Beets.
I made this weekend 4 jars of pickled beets.
Oh.
And I made some red flannel hash.
Did you?
Yes. And then the rest of the few that I had left, I just roasted them with lots of butter.
Oh.
And my dad loves to put vinegar on them.
Yeah.
When he eats them, you get them piping hot, smother them in butter, and then drizzle them with vinegar. That's how he eats them.
I love beets.
Me too.
So does Lily, actually.
Mm-hmm.
She'll eat beets.
They're good. Pickled beets, I can't wait for them to come into their own. But yeah.
You've inspired me. Maybe I'll grow some beets this year.
Just can you remember to pick them?
Yeah.
Remember last year you grew the garden and forgot about it all?
Yeah.
And when you finally picked it, it was all gourds.
You remember that? Oh, my God.
I remember everything, honey. Don't ever forget it.
By the way, I tested out the 22 the other day, and I got it all sighted in. I'm ready for the woodchuck. Chucks. There's several.
Woodchucks?
Woodchucks. There's a family.
Oh.
There's probably several hundred of them. And I know that they're sniffing it out. They're watching me. They know. They can hear me talking in the house. They know I'm going to plant a garden.
I love the woodchucks. I'm not going to lie. We had a family of woodchucks that lived under the garage, and Beaner was the dad. I named them, and I think it was the dad.
Oh no!
It was the biggest one.
Don't name them.
And I used to get bags of snap peas and different greens and stuff.
Okay.
And put them out by the garage to feed them.
What did your parents have to say about this?
No, I did this as an adult, like a few years ago. They're adorable.
You did this a few years ago?
Yeah, probably like maybe 5 or 6 years ago now.
Feeding the woodchucks?
Yes, they're so damn cute. Those little babies, and they all stick together. It's just the cutest little thing. When they're outside playing together and stuff, I just loved them. They had names.
Okay. Even
I didn't have a vegetable garden that I slaved on either that they were tearing apart.
That's it.
So they had no reason to piss me off.
Okay.
And they apparently didn't care for my flowers. They didn't care for the ones that I had. And so I just let them be, and I used to feed them.
Okay. What else do we have? We have this weekend, we have the craft fairs coming up at Berlin Elementary and U32. Mm-hmm. We have the all-you-can-eat pie breakfast
And contest.
over at the Berlin Fire Department. Okay. Donna Thunder's going to be rocking out with Ray Burke at that.
Yes.
All you can eat.
Ray and Sam.
Every kind of pie you can imagine.
Every pie that you can imagine. And they're going to be doing a pie breakfast over here at the Barry Rotary as well.
Okay.
So that's going on this weekend as well. So you can literally hop from one place to the other and then go to the craft fairs. There's so much stuff going on.
And Chuck, of course, is going to be right there at Berlin Elementary School. Mm-hmm. He's making his Barbie. He makes like a Barbie, little Barbie outfits. You know, if you have Barbie dolls, he's great. He sews. Did you know that he has a sewing machine? And he makes these little Barbie.
I didn't.
These little Barbie outfits, and he also makes doilies. He makes amazing doilies. Very talented. Mm-hmm. Also, very talented singer and songwriter too. So he might have his guitar at the craft show this weekend at Berlin Elementary. But everyone knows Chuck. He's the maintenance guy. I mean, come on, everyone knows him. Go in and have fun with that, and then go over and get some all-you-can-eat pie. Actually, that only goes till noon, right?
Yes.
All right, so do that first.
Yes.
Okay. What else is going on in the community calendar?
Oh God, we have bingo this Friday night at the Barrytown Elementary School cafeteria.
Yeah.
Doors open at 5 p.m. Bingo starts at 5:30 and goes until 7. They have $2 each cards or 3 for $5. They're going to be selling pizza.
Yeah.
And it's held by the Barry PTO.
Yeah, good.
And super happy to see that they've revived the PTOs. A lot of those, just like everything else, went away with COVID.
Yeah.
And it's super important that those things come back.
Absolutely.
They're a big piece of every puzzle.
That's right.
Really. So that's happening this weekend as well. I mean, many things. We know many things. This week's Wednesday take-home meal from Delicate Decadence
Yes.
is meatloaf and potatoes with gravy and a veggie.
Oh.
Who doesn't want meatloaf and potato and gravy? I mean, hello.
I want two
Just
orders.
have the sandwich next week. The day after.
Yes.
Not next week. The day after. 802-479-7948 is how you can order that up, or you can stop in, or you can email ddbakeryvt@gmail.com. And if you're on our page, you can just follow the link. Now, the link is going to say that the meal is something a little bit different. There's some sort of snafu with the link, and it is showing the meal from like last year. It's not wanting to change over to this meatloaf dinner, but I promise you,
Sure.
it's a meatloaf dinner this week. I double-checked, triple-checked with Tim, and that's what it is. And if you want to go to the Republican dinner, that's also going to be there. You can reach out to me, and I can get you some tickets for that.
Okay.
That is happening on Saturday. Tuesday. It is Tuesday. You know what that means.
Well,
you know what goes on in the city of Barry on Tuesday evenings.
We got the Veterans Dinner. We got over at the American Legion. The Tuesday night meal at the American Legion.
Oh, that too. Okay. Yeah. You can do the takeout meatball subs tonight with macaroni salad and dessert.
Right.
Yes, you can do that.
I know what else happens on a Tuesday.
You do?
I do. All of the women that are listening are saying, do I need an oil change, because if I do, I should get to Vermont Quick Lube tomorrow for Ladies' Day, where I'll get a free car wash and a free flower with my oil change. No?
No,
All right, that's
that
not
isn't what I was thinking.
All right, go
What I'm
ahead.
thinking is that it's Giant Connect 4 night at Jerry's. For God's sakes. I know that you just avoid it because you're scared to death to go over there and play. You know,
I really am.
you know, I'm gonna get you a step stool, and it's gonna be all right. We'll
Jerry's
go over
is-
there. We'll have a couple of drinks. I'll even get you the step stool with the little handle in the front, so you don't tip over off the front of it and knock everything over when you're trying to put your little disc in the hole.
If you get frustrated and you smash one of those things, it's going to go in a million pieces. So try to stay calm during the Connect 4.
No, it's not. I don't think it's tournament week. It's just straight up
right.
go over,
And
play
have fun.
Connect 4,
If
have
you want
fun, shoot some pool if you want, just have some munchies, relax. But it's the start of the week. For God's sakes, kick it off at Jerry's.
It's a good time over there.
It really is.
It
And one
really
of these
is.
times you're gonna have to just stop being a chicken and go over there with me and play.
All right. I would
Yeah.
love to. I want to. I just want to say.
Patty wants you to lube her up.
Me or the guys over there? Because
Well,
that's a whole different thing. Then, I mean, that's a private conversation, don't you think?
well,
Listen, this coming Monday, 32 million Americans are going to be looking up at the sun. A certain percentage of those 32 million Americans are going to suffer some kind of damage to their eyes because they bought, let's just be honest, they bought the cheap shit solar glasses from the dollar store that don't have the correct ISO number on the side of them.
right, and they're gonna be wishing that they didn't do that.
Right. Because they're going to look up at the sun and then they're going to be like, Marjorie, I can still see a spot in my eye. Mm-hmm. It's Thursday and I can still see that spot in my eye.
Right. The city of Barrie does have them through the partnership. They have the correct ones, and they are $3 each.
All right.
For those glasses. So it's not the city of Barrie. The Barrie partnership does have them. They will be available for the block party,
Okay.
which is going to be, it's going to be quite the event.
Sure.
There's going to be a lot of great things down here.
Yeah.
Food trucks and all kinds of great things happening for this event. So people should come on down.
You can also get over to Optical Expressions because they've got them. They've got these right here.
They do?
Don't they?
No.
Are they sold
Don't
out?
listen to JD.
Are they sold out?
They were never selling them.
Well, didn't they have them?
No, we had them
Yeah. But I thought they
from
had.
Optical Expressions.
Yeah, but I thought they had them too.
No,
Oh.
don't listen to JD. Just never listen to JD.
There they are right there.
He's full of shit. Patty wants to clarify that she's too tall for you.
Okay. Number one.
Yeah, and she gives Sherilyn full credit for dealing with all that.
Okay.
With all that over there. Yeah.
Jesus, I
just
can't.
saying. Glenn still needs a pair of glasses, so we need to make sure that Glenn gets a pair of glasses because I do have them set aside for him. So
And
we need to make sure that
And
happens.
the weather's going to be sunny, so it's going to be perfect. It's going to be perfect. But just make sure you got the right glasses on, and that don't be an asshat and be like, "I'll just get my welding."
Are you
going to
try to be downtown?
I don't know where the hell I'm going to be. I don't know where I'm going to be. And then there's listen. There's plenty of folks out there like Chuck who are like, "What's the big goddamn deal? It's gonna last 3 minutes.
I know.
Who gives a shit?"
So last night, Michael said that Michael asked me, "Are you excited?" And I'm like, "No." I don't know. I'm just not. Maybe it's because I'm sick of talking about it, hearing about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But and I said I was just gonna go out on my porch, and if I saw it, I saw it. And he was like, gasped at me. So I'm coming. I'm gonna come downtown. I'm gonna be social.
Now, can you go live on your phone? Can you shoot your phone up at the sun?
There is something that you can get that slides over the camera on your phone so that you can get video and picture of it. Otherwise, I guess it just doesn't come out. It just comes out as one big like blur, or
But
it doesn't work.
If you think that, that you don't need the glasses, you're wrong. Mm-hmm. And if you want to go outside and do this, you're probably going to damage your eyes. You're probably going to cook something in there. I don't know, but just be smart about it. Get the right glasses.
And I agree. I mean, that's what I was thinking, Patty, that I wouldn't go live just because I would want to be quiet. It just,
right.
Yeah.
Just
I don't want to be, here we are, da 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 da.
Yeah.
There are some times in that I just won't go live.
Yeah.
There have been a couple of times that I didn't go live this year.
Don't have to.
At the auditorium for the
That's right.
Christmas event.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, with the church, with Enough Ministries, it just was like, nah, not the right time.
That's absolutely agree.
It's not the right time to be doing it in a canoe and raging waters on Main Street either, but, I'm just picking on you.
Yeah, listen, it is the right
We're
time.
fortunate to have that coverage.
Yes, we are.
No radio station, no TV station had the coverage that you had.
My God.
Period.
Yeah. And, could have had hepatitis C as a result. But anyway, moving along, you've got a couple of days left. You've got till Thursday night at 8 o'clock to basically get a picture of your vehicle that needs a car wash very badly and get it right there on the pin post on our Aired Out Facebook page. Post under the comments, post a picture of your vehicle if you badly need a car wash, because Thursday night at 8 o'clock, we're going to be deciding who's got the ugliest car.
Yes.
Who's got the dirtiest car, I should say.
Who's got the dirtiest
car. And then on Friday morning, we're going to announce the winner. We're going to give you a platinum car wash over at Rub-A-Dub and get that thing cleaned up. And you can use it anytime you want. It's good, forever.
Yes.
Well, not forever, but it's good for a good year.
And let's talk about some really quick. Let's let people know we have some upcoming shows. We have this Thursday, we will be sitting down with Mark Poulin and Brett Mayer, both sheriffs with the Washington County Sheriff's Department. Next Tuesday at 9 a.m., we will be sitting down with Gabriel Cole and his top mechanic, Josiah
from The Source.
From The Source.
Yes.
They are a new presenting sponsor of ours. And then coming up on the 24th of April at 9 a.m. will be Rosie from Happy Good Day, Vermont.
Yes.
We're super excited and happy to have her in here. Love my new shirt.
I'll be wearing mine.
I'll wear mine too. I hope we get to get some pictures. They have chosen their charity for the month of April. Have not announced it yet, but we'll be announcing it soon, and I will tell you all as soon as they do. I don't want to tell it until they tell it. They're going to announce it first, and then we'll let you all know as well what is happening for this month's event.
Bottom line is, Rosie's a little girl here in Vermont that wrote the words "Happy Good Day" on their carpet at home, their white carpet, and instead of mom and dad flipping their minds. They decided to recreate exactly the words that she wrote and what the words look like, and they've printed T-shirts and hats and all kinds of stuff, and they're selling it. They're selling all this apparel and giving 100% of their proceeds.
No, a portion of their proceeds.
Portion of the proceeds.
Yep.
To different charities in
Each
Vermont.
month is a different one selected. Okay. Yes.
All right. I think that's absolutely amazing. Mm-hmm. Absolutely amazing that they're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Me too.
Look at what was created by this. Something that a lot of parents would call an accident,
right?
Or,
Yep.
But Rosie's, how old is she? 9?
8 or 9. I think. Yeah.
And
8.
she's going to come on the air with us during
She
her school break.
During her school break. That's
Can't
why
wait.
we're waiting until April vacation.
Can't wait.
She's going to come in here and sit down with us.
How appropriate do I have to be that morning?
Very.
Okay. I was just asking. Will Mom and Dad both be here?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
If no, at least her mom will be here, but I believe that they're both coming.
Okay.
Her dad's a busy guy. He owns and operates and literally works right there on the line with his crew at the subway in Berlin, down next to McDonald.
Okay. All right. I can't wait, man. It's going to be awesome. We're also going to be posting up the movie listings for the Capitol Showplace Theater and the Paramount Twin Cinema here in the Granite City. We're going to have those up today as we get ready for this storm, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Mm-hmm. Maybe even a little bit of, Saturday and Sunday. We'll see, but it's going to be a great weekend for the movies, and we're going to make sure you know about what's playing.
Patty says one day she's going to get someone to go by the window and be a flasher. JD did it to
Please
me
do it.
once.
Yeah,
Patty.
I had the whole ass out.
I was on air. I was live, and like an asshole. And it was one of my very first shows too. He came up to the window behind my guest and dropped his drawers literally, and then stuck his ass on the window.
I think I spanked myself too.
You did.
Okay. You got to do what you got to do. That's how you break in and loosen up on the air and have fun. And I'm willing to drop drawer to do that. Thank you, Raylene. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in this morning and having fun with us. Sadly, I'm sure that there are still some folks out there that are unfortunately taking us too seriously.
Well, that was very serious.
Yeah.
You really did that.
Yeah.
That was not a joke.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that was serious. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Have you had a chance? Are we all done?
I think so.
Have you had a chance to listen to this new country album from Beyonce?
No, nor would I ever even bother. No, thank you. There's nothing country about that.
When I saw that Beyonce's coming out with a country album, I think they dropped it last Friday.
That's the dumbest shit I ever heard.
Beautifully said.
She couldn't make it in her own genre.
Country? Beyonce? Really? Stop it. Thanks, Raylene. Thanks, everyone.